Thomas J. Stonewall Jackson from Virginia.
Oh, Virginia.
William Sherman from Ohio. Robert E. Lee from Virginia. Ulysses S. Grant from Ohio. James Longstreet from South Carolina.
Well, that is nice. So next time you go out to a battlefield or you go out to a house that has Civil War history in it, take some of them tips with you, people. They love talking about food. Let's talk about that really quick. Major Graham's Mansion. It has been featured on Ghost Hunters, and it is a delight to be around. It has a slave quarters. It has kitchens. It has a summer kitchen. And the house itself is beautiful. It's a historic mark here in Max Meadows, Virginia. We have been lucky enough to help out with that location. Plus, just being able to investigate it. And the best thing I've ever seen, I have to give it to, is there is an investigator there who also does reenactment. This is where we actually got to see that horse I was talking about earlier that was beautiful. But he walks around constantly in his garbs, in his normal as his normal attire, okay? So he will go through just in his soldier outfit. His Confederate soldier outfit. And they literally flock to him, the spirits do, like I have never seen before. He has built this relationship with them to where he can go in the slave quarters down below, or the shackle room is what they call it. And there's supposedly certain slaves that are still there. Their spirits are still there. And he will talk to them directly in his outfits or whatever, and he will offer them food, which is, some of them are cornbread. He talks to them about cornbread, things like that. And the response is crazy. He can get his meters to go up, all kinds of stuff. So I thought, okay, maybe I'm not seeing something, why this connection is so great with this. But I'm telling you guys, he was downstairs in the shackle room and I was on the main floor. I had a tour that was with me at the time. And they had all kinds of equipment. And we were in the dining room area, which is right above where he was under the shackle room. Actually, he had dug back a little bit in there. And I could hear him talking. So what I decided to do is actually say to the spirits, hey, do you hear him down there? Do you know this person? And I'm telling you, simultaneously, I can't even get out. I'm telling you what, I'm so excited. I'm right on the edge of my seat. I'm trying to share the gospel with the people, and I can't get it out. Anyway, simultaneously, damn it, is that right?
Just go with it.
At the same damn time, people. At the same time. All the equipment lit up. And I'm talking about like K2s. I'm talking about millimeters. I'm talking about flashlights. We had all kinds of stuff laying around there. And it just struck a chord with me that this guy had worked so long to have a relationship. And these spirits knew who he was. He has a really strong connection to the place, but it's beautiful. We have went to the slave quarters and there's no electricity there. And we've had some profound experiences with the millimeter that you can ask it to take it up, and it literally will, and you can see it digitally going up. We've had EVPs there of where you walk in and you will hear a more dominant spirit say, don't say anything to the other ones. And this is a man, which on our team, we only have women. This is a crazy place. The best time that we've ever had, as in getting evidence, was during the middle of the day. And if you think about it, that's when they were working. That's when they were doing their jobs. All of them in the house. So it was really neat. Don't you think, Ashley?
I did like that one a lot. It's like you're going back in time when you get on that property. I mean, there's iron gates that you go through. There's a barn. There's the slave quarters. There's the actual house. And it's a really nice place. If you have any chance to stop by for the historical tours and listen in on the paranormal investigators they have there, then it's really a great time to go.
Yeah.
Or even the haunted house is really good there too.
It is. It gets you a chance to look in it. But they just recently opened their house up, and one of our friends from Red Moon, their group was there, Hunter and his group. So they really had a good time there. And you get to meet so many people who are Civil War buffs, and just the paranormal is crazy there. And we just lucked into it, and we just thank them for, letting us to be involved in it and stuff. But some of the other things that we wanted to say, and that's in Max Meadows, people, check it out. But some of the other things we wanted to say was, I wanted to tell you a little bit about some of the haunted stories, people. Some of the haunted stories that are involved in this is crazy. First of all, let's talk about Lincoln, Ashley. You know who Lincoln is?
I think he's on the penny.
He is. That some bitch is on the penny in the $5 bill. It's a $5 bill, ain't it?
I just go on to Penny. I don't know what's on a $5 bill.
What, you don't get them very often?
No.
Damn it, people. Listen, listeners, all you partiers out there, if you don't, can you tell us what the hell it's on? Maybe I've been working with dollars too. George Washington's on $1 now. I know that some bitch. Yeah. I see him every day. $1 make me holler, baby.
Ulysses Grant, isn't he on something?
He's on 10. No, he's on 50.
Oh shit!
Yeah, you better Google.
I don't even know what's on a $100 bill. Andrew Jackson, is that who it is?
I don't know.
I ain't never met that man. $1,000 hell. We ain't never gonna meet.
Well, the cool thing about it is, as I was looking through, damn it, they got Ghosts from the Civil War and the Confederacy. It's a damn Wikipedia page, people. There's so many accounts of it. They say that there are so many because of the battlefields and stuff like that, and the stuff we were telling you, that people pretty much where they dropped is where their soul ended up being, people. I mean, sometimes it didn't even get uncovered. So we want to talk a little bit about maybe some of the things that we've heard. Pretty much
right.
We're going to...
Sorry, Abraham Lincoln is on $5.
Thank you. I know a damn $5. That's when I get a good tip. Anyway, Gettysburg, I'm going to touch on a couple stories with that a little bit later. But Lincoln, let's talk about him. This son of a bitch, he has been long gone, but people have seen him in the White House ever since he went out of the White House.
He goes everywhere, man. He's
does.
been all kinds of places. He got shit to do.
He does. And let me tell you, there has been people that have seen him. That has been Eleanor Roosevelt there during World War II in Lincoln's bedroom, because Lincoln used his office, that is his office during the war. After a queen, so one of the queens of Netherlands, she had came there, and after seeing him, she actually fainted. And then there was Truman, his wife. A lot of the women see him. I guess because maybe they're wandering around more than the men who are like in their day-to-day offices. Gerald Ford's daughter, she said that she would never sleep in the Lincoln bedroom out of fear of Lincoln's ghost. Reagan's daughter said that she had seen him in Lincoln's bedroom, which is what they dubbed it, but it was also his war room. Oh, by the way, talking about a war room, at Major Graham's, the attic area is actually where they would plot where they wanted to go in the Confederacy and stuff. And they would be, there's like these little, my mom calls them dog houses, but the shape of them, the windows and stuff, and they would peek out and make sure that nobody was coming and stuff, which is really cool. And we just wanted to share that with you really quick. I just thought of it when I was thinking of the war room. Anyway, they also say that he's reportedly haunts a house that was owned by a woman who was at the theater when he got shot by John Wilkes Booth. Do you know that I was thinking about that? And if maybe she knew something, the lady, then he would haunt her, try to get her to come, forward with it or whatever the hell. But I thought that was kind of cool. Now, you're hearing, the last time that they actually seen him was in the 1980s, okay? And this was by the operations foreman at the White House. And how he saw him was he came in and Lincoln was just sitting there in a damn chair. I would have been like, Mr. President? I mean, you did. What the hell? But the thing is his son, Willie, died during Lincoln's presidency. Lincoln's son, Willie. Now, what we know from some research that we've done is that Lincoln's wife, maybe this is why that comes to more wives, I don't know, she actually set up seances and stuff like that to try to communicate with his son. These are some of the legends that surround that. So maybe that's why Lincoln likes to come back. Who knows? But we do know that he is footloose and fancy free around that presidency. So you might want to go on and, take yourself a gander up there. Maybe you see Lincoln. Who the hell knows? Or you could just look at him on the $5 bill. Now, let's talk about Gettysburg. People are saying that there is all kinds of activity. You will hear people say that if you're ever there after dark, which I don't know if you're authorized to be, but you can hear rustling of horses. You can hear cannon shots. You can hear all kinds of stuff. A lot of times that happens at battlefields. The thing of it is I went on a Civil War page where people talk about all the aspects of the Civil War, and one of it was the hauntings. And most of them were very skeptics, because I like to go into those things, like kind of when we did the hunting and fishing one, because I want to see, what the normal person says, not a paranormal investigator, not somebody who wants to dig up all these tales and stuff. I want the normal person who's out there. And there was a couple numerous times of the part about once they went to sleep, if they were camping near one of those sites or anything, they would actually hear the horses. They would hear people shuffling by, things like that. Also, they would hear, there's other times that's where the green fog and stuff, or the fog came through. And this is just kind of coincidental. Do you know who the Klein brothers is? Mr. Potier's out there. This is Everyday Paranormal. I think that's what they call themselves. But anyway, it was Ghost Lab. We love that show just for the technical aspects of it. I mean, they had a damn little, remember that shit, Ashley? They would pull back that trailer and it had like a whole headquarters in it? Like a Scooby-Doo van on crack. It was. You gonna say something? No, you can't just shake your damn head yes in agreement and let.
I'm thinking, I want an RV. I want somewhere I can sleep.
Oh my God!
Cook me something. I put a bed in that trailer.
Yeah, I would have too. They probably did. That's what they did when they were in there investigating. But anyway, their story is how they got started is they were in Gettysburg when they were young, and they looked over and they saw a whole regiment of soldiers walking by, and they looked away and they were like, man, they looked back to show whoever was in the car with them, and they were completely gone. And that story happens more than you would know, guys. They are still out there. They're still having a battle, and it is crazy, and we get remnants of it occasionally. Some other stories that I thought was really neat is right after the war. One of the urban legends that there is right after the war, there was a lady who moved down from the north. Her family moved down to South Carolina. When she moved down to South Carolina, she was a laundrier, somebody who would launder the clothes and stuff. And at nighttime, she would hear, when she went to bed, she would hear this rustle, banging. She would hear, it sounded like they were having a damn parade in the walk, in out front of her, the road. And it was a dead end road at the time. So she said to her husband, she wakes him up. She's like, hey, what the hell is going on? And he said, pay no mind to it. You need to go back to bed. So the next day she was laundering her clothes, or whatever clothes she did as a profession. And she happened to mention to the lady who does the laundry beside her. And she said, what is that sound that I'm hearing every night outside of my house, And she said, well, that's the Army of the Dead. This lady tells her it's the Army of the Dead. She said they are Confederate soldiers that are being called up, that are going in to help with the fight. And I'm talking about, this lady was like, what? She couldn't believe it. So that night she went home, her Army of the Dead, like normal, came trooping by. And her husband had told her to stay in bed or whatever. But she snuck down. And she said there was like this fog. But she said inside the fog, she could hear the grunting of men. She could hear the shuffling of feet. She could see them. Their horses, their cannons, everything. It was a whole regiment that was going out. She was pretty much mesmerized, couldn't even move. They say after she came out of whatever, she was pretty much paralyzed from, holy shit, this is really happening. They said that she came out and one of her arms never worked right since. And it was hard for her to do her job and stuff like that. But I don't know why the hell her arm was like that. I don't know if it was pure shock or what it was, but she saw them, she said. And that's just, they call that the Army of the Dead.
Did they continuously happen after that?
I don't know. She heard it every night. It was right after the war, though. This is American folklore. She heard it was like a year or two after everything calmed down, then they had moved down there, and they were still going to battle. It's like everybody knew it. Everybody knew that they were still going to battle. And if you come down here and you investigate, you still will know that they are here. If you go to any of these places, battlefields, houses, I mean, you will get evidence. I promise you that, one sort of another. And it is just phenomenal. And I didn't realize until all this damn controversy came up and we thought about this idea of doing this, that we were sitting on a gold mine of paranormal activity. Really. Oh, by the way, hold up. That segment. Ashley, you got something else to say? Are you done?
The gold? The hidden gold?
Oh, no, but you're going to give us some little weird facts, right? Yeah, go on and give us that.
Okay, there's this one thing that they're actually saying that they were trying to hide, the Confederate was trying to hide money from everybody. Well, not everybody, but the Union, so that they can rebuild afterwards.
Right.
And it was like $500,000 worth or something like that. And supposedly they hid it in certain areas. And one place was actually, one was supposed to be in Georgia that they hid. and the other one was like different certain places, and supposedly the one around here, they actually found some coins. They claimed that they found coins that was supposed to be from out of that, but they don't really believe.
Was that in Bedford? Because there was
Danville.
Yeah, there was one place, and they had like a crew here and stuff that were trying to excavate or something like that to look down in there to see, because they said that they were finding stuff.